Hello there. I am your demon king of heretics, Ahriman le Méchant. And today we'll be playing Please Be Happy again. Let's get right into it. Last time, I think... Oh, we played with a really cute girl. We played tennis with a really cute girl. I remember that. Then...
Ooh, I needed that break. Back to it.
I guess, yeah. Okay. With a tiny ding, the toast pops up, and I load it onto the plate with the other slices. I bring the dish over to the table.
Thank you, Miho. Go ahead and put it by the butter.
It's Juliet! Oh yeah, that's right, we're living with those two now.
Oops, sorry. Let me get my bag out of your way.
I still love her voice. Once the table is set, the three of us sit. I've gotten more used to the routine of breakfast and know when to do things like pass the salt and pepper without being asked. Every morning so far, we have the same things. Eggs and toast. But it's a lot tastier than convenience store food, and there are different spreads and fruits to change things up. Almost got that mixed up. Like usual, I'm the first one to finish eating, followed by Aspen, who stretched with a content sigh.
Breakfast was as superb as always. Thank you, Juliet.
Even though it's eggs and toast, I would still love to have Juliet's eggs and toast.
It's my pleasure.
The two of them saying this is part of the routine too. Usually Aspen would be getting up right about now to leave for work, except this time she doesn't.
Don't you need to go, Aspen? Is this your way of trying to get rid of me?
I don't think we meant it like that, but okay. She peers at me from over the rim of her cup as she sips her coffee.
Nah, I haven't thought about that. I was just wondering. I'm not sure if I should be flattered. Anyway, I'm working a mid-shift today, so I don't have to go in until noon.
She doesn't even have a day off. It's just a mid-shift day. Okay.
Will you be writing then?
Yes, I ought to.
You
I'm
ought
about
to.
halfway through this draft, and I'm trying to finish it by the end of this month, so every minute helps.
Oh my. Halfway already? That's excellent progress. I look forward to reading it when you're finished.
If only I could write that half that fast, I guess.
Don't give me too much
There we go.
credit. I still have to get there first, and you know how that's gone before.
All you can do is keep trying.
What are you writing? A book. I've been working on it for a couple of years now, as long as I've been in Wellington.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's not exactly. She's not exactly been here her entire life, I guess.
Whoa, you're only halfway done? How long is it gonna be? Only halfway. I wish it was as easy as you think it is.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
It takes time to plan the story and prepare to write, and then, even after the drafting is done, you still have to edit it and fix it.
Yeah, that sounds about right for writing.
Of
Right
course,
for writing.
the more you write, the better you become at it. And so, sometimes you notice flaws in your story that you didn't catch before, so you have to go back or start over.
How do you ever get anything done then if you're always getting better? Don't you just have to finish it eventually?
It's actually a good question.
Well, like I said, it's not that simple.
Did she just call both of us simple? Okay. Aspen clears her throat.
Anyway, it's difficult to explain to someone who's never written anything. Believe me, any writer would tell you the same thing.
It's probably also difficult to explain to someone who can't actually read. Like us. Miho and me. I glance over at Juliet, who's intently watching her tea as she stirs it.
And you? Did you end up finding something to fill your time?
Oh, like a hobby. Maybe. I don't know yet.
Oh, don't worry about it too much. It's supposed to be fun, not something you have to force yourself to do.
I guess.
Although I'm hardly one to talk, there are times where I want to do anything except write.
Oh yeah, that's actually the mood of a hobbyist right there. Yeah.
It's okay. At least you have something. Julia told me about movies, so I might try watching one of those. Have you ever seen a movie?
Is she gonna start going off about movie adaptations about books?
Once or twice, I'm sure.
Actually, Miho, there was something I wanted to ask you.
Yes, I will be your wife.
What's that?
Well, how would you feel about helping out around the library?
A job, guys! Miho's getting a job! A job! A job! Let's go!
I'll pay you for your time, of course. It would give you something to do during the day, and it would be a great help to me.
Really? But I thought you didn't need any help running the library.
Oh, they always need help.
It's true that I don't need it. The honor system has served me well for the day-to-day services, and I'm kept informed of any troublemakers. But in addition to the kind assistance from Aspen and Morgans,
Okay.
I also have to reshelve books, maintain the check-in and check-out logs, and more.
Okay, I thought she was gonna ask us to be like, you know, library sharks and like go find people who have overdue books and then steal the books back. I thought she was gonna ask us to do that, which would honestly be kind of funny and return to form for Miho.
I don't mind those tasks at all. In fact, I find them rather relaxing. But without them, I'd be able to devote more time to other pursuits. If you're uninterested, you're more than welcome to decline. You needn't worry about being kicked out or disappointing me. I'm perfectly content either way.
Okay. Miho, it's a really good offer. You should take it. Helping around here doesn't sound bad at all. It doesn't sound very exciting either, but it's not like I found anything else I'd rather do instead. At least it's comfy in the library and super convenient. Having some money again would be nice too. It'd be even better if there's no one trying to take it back. Okay, weird flex, but that's a nice way to think about it.
Alright, I'll do it.
Yeah! Oh my god, we are Miho Job Fox!
That was fast. Are you quite sure?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll try it at least.
Of course. If you find it's not for you, then I won't be upset. Why don't you take the rest of the week for yourself, and you can begin on Monday?
That reminds me, what day is it?
Okay, that sounds good to
Wait,
me.
today's Monday. Monday IRL, I guess, but what day is it here?
Excellent.
They do have 7 days in the
I'll be
week,
looking
right?
forward to it then.
The two of them chat a little bit longer before Aspen leaves to go to write, and Juliet goes to bed. I stay mostly quiet, thinking to myself. A job. That's something I'd never envisioned having. I figured I'd just keep stealing until... Until what exactly? I'm not too sure. Until I find my person, I guess. That goal has been all I've been focused on my entire life, but now, spending time here in Wellington is actually making me plan things out in advance. When I stop and think about the future, it's a lot of emptiness and mystery. It makes me realize just how little I have to fall back on. That's why doing all these normal things like getting a job could be good for me. I don't know what might be useful someday. As for my person, I'm still always thinking about them, and how I can find them. That part hasn't changed. For now, I'll just go with the flow and see where it takes me. Oh, is it map time? It's map time! It's map time. Who's that? Who's that? Well, that's the old guy. Who's that? Oh, Cuba Street. I actually got a chance to look on Google Maps at Wellington, and I actually just accidentally stumbled onto Cuba Street. I don't know who that is. Wait, it's not even gonna tell me what day it is? What if I... so it's just day 3, huh? Thanks. Okay, well... Right, let me... Where... Oh, here we go. And it went like... Shit. Ba... Da... Then Bell House is right here. The waterfront's here. Home. I guess that's what she's calling the whatchamacallit, the library. There's a little square over here. What I'm doing, by the way, I'm drawing a map of this so I know, so I remember for when I stop playing and then go back to Google Maps. So it goes down here. There's... No, wait, that's a little bit far. So it's right here. And it goes down, connects there. I think that's right. And then the home is like right about here. Okay, there we go. And we've written it down, I think, on a scrap of paper. It's hardly big enough for this. Oh. We also found a Tai Tai Park, which is like north here. I'll mark that with an H. Then there's the botanical gardens over here. But I think I want to go check out that old guy again. There might be something interesting there. While trying to think of something to do, I suddenly remember the fishing lessons that Juliet... The fishing minigame! Oh, the fishing minigame! I forgot about that! Oh, we might get to do a fishing minigame! Oh! I'm already pretty good at fishing as a fox, but it does have its downsides, like having to get all wet and ending up with scales in my teeth. I know some people go fishing for fun, so maybe I'd like it too. At the very least, it could be useful to know someday. Besides, it's not like I've got anything better to do. Except your job. Down at the waterfront, there's a big crowd like always. The merchant booth that Juliet pointed out to me have long lines and clusters of people in front of them. Right along the water, there are fishermen selling all kinds of fresh fish. The smell, mixed with the salty sea air, is making me hungry. I wander over to the spot that Juliet pointed out to me. Today there's half a dozen people with fishing rods in their hands, lines out in the water. They're all spaced apart, and behind them is a man who's giving instructions.
Hold on. Don't I know him?
So it is the old guy I met. I look closer. Sure enough, it's the man I met on the mountain not too long ago, who taught me what a kiwi is. He paces between the people fishing, adjusting their posture and giving them advice. There's another person helping him out, a younger guy who's untangling lines and preparing supplies. One of the fishermen waves at the instructor for help.
Hey, Mr. Kim, can you give me a hand?
Kim... Also, what was that guy?
Coming.
Mr. Kim practically skips over and shows the person how to send out their line.
I need some help too. Which bait should I use?
That depends on the fish. Let's take a look.
He bounces around between the group before he spots me and gives me a big hearty wave.
Hello there, miss. Here for a bit of fishing?
I was thinking about it.
You've certainly come to the right place. First time fishing?
With a rod, at least. I usually do it with my teeth.
So we're not even hiding the fox angle at all, huh? Well, that's good at least, I think.
Oh, I can't say I've ever tried that myself, but if you'd like to learn how to do things our way, I'd be glad to show you.
You're sure rolling with the punches, Mr. Kim?
Sure, why not? I came all this way.
Yes, fishing minigame. Let's go!
That's the spirit. Here, why don't you go ahead and stand here?
I take a spot on the pier and face the water. Mr. Kim finally goes through how to hold the rod, how to put bait on the hook, and finally, how to cast. Once he's done explaining, he steps back to give me some space.
Alright, now let's see what you've got.
There we go, let's just move that.
Right. So I stand like
Yeah,
this and put my hand here.
Let's see. Yep. I do my best to copy everything he showed me. Then with a flick of my wrist, I cast my line out to the sea.
Perfect! Nice job. Oh, I forgot to ask for your name.
Miho.
Miho!
Nice job, Miho. Keep it
But I'm
up and
Ahriman.
you'll be a master angler in no time.
How long does it take to catch one?
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Well, now that depends on the fish. It could be minutes, or it could be hours. I've been after the same fish for years.
So, fun fact, I've actually gone fishing a couple times with some family. I think I did it once with Father Ahriman, and another with, oh gosh, one of the friends of my grandfather. But, yeah, no, I don't think I've actually caught anything. I'm only good at fishing minigames. So, well, no, you know, let me amend that for a second. I'm not actually good at fishing minigames either.
Whoa! Don't you ever go home?
Miho, again, you sweet summer child. This is his home. He laughs, and I'm reminded of the first time we met up on the mountain.
I certainly do. But I always come back. Patience is the most important virtue, other than maybe a bit of luck.
You get it, Mr. Kim. You get it, Mr. Kim. You get it. Mr. Kim goes to check on the others while I stand there, waiting. It doesn't seem like anyone else is getting a bite, so at least it's not just me. Suddenly, one of the other fishers yells with excitement.
I got one! I got one!
Yay! They frantically start to reel in their catch. All of us gather around to watch.
Steady, steady.
They plant their feet firmly, reeling with all their strength, but it's clear that the fish is fighting back.
Can you help?
Of course.
Well, Oh! Oh! Oh, that's a pretty fish! I wonder how it tastes. Mr. Krim also grabs the rod, and together, the two of them manage to land their catch. Everyone, including myself, gasps as the fish breaks through the surface, its red scales shining in the sunlight. Mr. Kim lets go so the fisher can admire their prize.
Whoa! And isn't she beautiful? Congratulations.
Ooh. My stomach rumbles just from watching. Miho, same! Unfortunately, after a few more minutes of waiting for my own fish, I still don't get any bites. Finally, it's time to pack up and head home. Mr. Kim catches me before I can leave the pier.
So, what'd you think, Miho? Does it beat the ways you've gone fishing before?
It was okay. I didn't catch anything in the end. But it was cool to watch you and that other person get one.
That's the spirit, Miho, right there.
It's like that sometimes. You just have to keep trying. I hope we'll see you around again sometime.
Yeah, maybe. Thanks for showing me all that stuff.
He's gonna forget about us. Mr. Kim, I'm not a Gumiho. You can remember me, please? Remember Ahriman! Remember the name! Remember me! In the end, it was a lot of just standing around. What he said about needing patience makes sense, but if I'm looking for something fun to do, then I'm not sure this was exciting enough. Miho, but it was kind of relaxing, and I do still think it would be useful to learn. Either way, I'm glad I came and checked this place out. Now to go see if Juliet keeps any seafood in the fridge at the library. There we go. Map time? Map time? Map time? No, not nap time. Oh. Oh, it's Thursday! Thursday. Okay, it's Thursday. Wait a second. It was Wednesday before? I missed my chance to say it. Ugh. Once we finish eating breakfast, Juliet drums her fingers on the table, looking thoughtful.
Miho, it occurred to me that perhaps I should give you the proper tour of the library now.
Wait, a tour of the library, or like the house around the library? Because if you want me to know where everything is, you have to teach me how to read, and then we have to get into the whole Dewey Decimal System if the library's organized like that.
That way, you have the weekend to get better acquainted with it if you need.
Tour? I think I've seen everything, right?
Pardon. I meant of the books themselves. Where to find each genre and what they are.
Ah. So you're gonna teach us how to read, right?
Oh, right. Sure.
I hadn't really thought about the books. To me, they're all the same, but I guess that wouldn't be true for everyone else. Right now, I have the place memorized in the same way you'd memorize a battlefield. What places are out of sight, how to get in and out, and anything else that might be useful. I don't think there are many battles that happen in here, so Juliet's tour would probably be more helpful.
If you'd like, I can show you a couple of my favorite books.
Aspen, you'd be fighting a losing battle.
That way, if anyone asks for a recommendation, you could at least make something up.
Oh! Oh, I like the way you think. I like the way you think, Aspen.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, actually. Anything that makes it easier for me to make up things is fine by me. The three of us head to the entrance.
Let's start with the basics, shall we? As you know, this is the reference desk.
I think we knew it was a desk of some sort, but not... Does Miho know the word reference?
It's where books are checked in and out, and where anyone who needs help can find it.
Thank you,
What kind
Juliet.
of help do people ask for?
Probably where to find stuff.
Usually, they need assistance finding a specific book.
Called it.
Or perhaps they need a recommendation for what to read next, as Aspen mentioned.
Ooh.
Hope they like the same books as her then.
Don't worry, I'll think of some that are more popular.
Oh, jeez. Aspen sounds kind of bitter about that. Oh, jeez.
Not my real favorites, which most people would be too bored to finish.
Ah, jeez. Okay. Juliet leads us into the actual rows of shelves. I stare down the books as I pass by, committing as many details to memory as I can. Even if I can't read the words, I can try to remember the colors and shapes and covers.
Over here is the children's section. It's got lots of picture books and beginner reader books.
I see.
The shelves are shorter too, so that children can reach them more easily.
Ooh.
Oh, I've seen some of those around. Are adults allowed to read them too?
Of course. Parents read to their kids quite often.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point.
Some people read them for fun, too.
Yeah.
You gain so much more appreciation for the illustrations once you're older.
Oh. We head over to another area.
This is the non-fiction section. It's for books about things that are true, rather than made-up stories.
You know, like reference stuff and... what else? Biographies?
I rarely visit this section, personally.
In a shady corner near Aspen's favorite table, Juliet types a small sign hanging on one of the shelves.
This is the mystery section. Stories about detectives.
I do admire mystery writers. It's difficult to come up with a compelling one.
Yeah. We go around the whole library like this, with Juliet and Aspen pointing out all the other sections. Finally, we come to a stop back at the desk where we started.
I do believe that's everything. Do you feel like you have a good understanding now?
It's hard to keep them all straight. Fantasy, history, cookbooks, biographies.
I'd remember where the cookbooks were, honestly.
I think I've got most of it though. There
we go. That's all I can ask for. By the end, my head feels like it's spinning, and I know that I won't be able to remember everything as hard as I try. But I do feel like I've gotten a better feeling for the place. At the very least, I could show someone where to find the restrooms. Atta girl. Atta girl.
It is a lot to take in. Don't worry if you can't memorize it all right away. There's plenty of time to learn.
Even I forget where things are sometimes, and I've spent more time here than at my own apartment.
Don't you live here? Are these apartments? What's going on? Okay, nope, never mind, don't worry about it.
Thanks! It might take me a while, but I'll get it eventually.
I know you will. I have the utmost confidence in you.
If I'm going to do this, I may as well try my best. Maybe something good will come of it, and if not, I can always just leave.
Want me to show you the books I was thinking of now?
Sure.
I'll be off to bed myself then. Have a lovely day, you two.
Nighty-night.
Sleep well.
Night!
Juliet heads upstairs while Aspen and I go back to the shelves.
To start with,
Huh? She leads the way to the fiction section, which is easier to remember since it's the biggest. Aspen runs a finger across the books as we move down an aisle. I see her scanning the titles before she stops and taps the spine of one.
here we are, Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights, huh?
I just returned this one recently after finishing my annual reread.
Uh-huh.
It's a very tragic love story. The main character is rather terrible, I must confess, and there's an awful lot of death.
Uh-huh.
But despite all that, it's beautiful.
I'd argue that it's because it's so... I'd argue that it's so beautiful because of that. That description definitely isn't what I was expecting.
People really like to read that stuff?
Yes.
Sometimes, yes, you read to experience all kinds of different feelings.
Uh-huh, like movies.
Besides, I think there's a kind of sad beauty to doomed romances like that. It really does put life in perspective.
Aspen, I'll give you like $20 to not foreshadow anything. Thank you very much.
If you say so.
You don't have to take my word for it. I'm sure you'll see for yourself once you start working here.
Okay,
In the meantime-
Aspen, my offer is still valid. Like, I'll give you like $30, okay? Is that enough? I follow Aspen to the other side of the room, where there are a couple smaller racks of books near the corner.
Do you enjoy poetry?
Is it food? Is it an animal? Is it a rock? I don't think we do. I don't think we even know what poetry is.
You mean like races and stuff? Guess they're okay.
It's almost sad how close I was.
That's pottery. Poetry is...
Okay, Miho. Okay. She clears her throat.
Prose. Words in their best order. Poetry. The best words in the best order.
Huh.
Samuel Coleridge said that. He was a poet, but he's not the one I have in mind.
Okay.
I'll show you what he meant.
The book she selects looks old, very old. It has a green cover that's rough like a lizard's skin, with the letters being faded gold.
Alfred Lord Tennyson is one of the most famous poets to have existed. I simply adore his work.
Uh-huh.
Here, this is from The Lady of Shalott. Ahem.
She clears her throat again, even though it's been only a few seconds since the last time.
Willows whiten, aspens shiver. The sunbeam showers break and quiver. In the stream that runneth ever. By the island
that's
in the
where I
river,
remember Tennyson from.
flowing down to Camelot.
I barely heard past the first line. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Aspens! Like your name! Does it come from this poem?
If only. Aspens are a type of tree. Mum loves them. More than she likes poetry, for sure.
Ah.
I do wish I'd been named after it, though.
Well, it's all a matter of perspective. I mean, aspens are mentioned as the tree in the poem. You were named after a tree. Therefore, you might have been named after the one in the poem. So, I mean, you could think about it like that. It's all a matter of perspective, really. She reads me the rest of it, which ends up being pretty long. It's kind of hard to follow, but imagining the fields and towers that she talks about is nice. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've been to Camelot before. Some of the details in the poem aren't right. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure I've been to Camelot before. Some of the details in the poem aren't quite right. Miho! Miho, what? Miho, that's pretty heavy. That's a pretty heavy subject to drop, like, in the middle of this. Thank you very much. Wait, wasn't there a knight that turned into a wolf? Miho, are you technically a knight? Miho? Oh, okay. Leaving that aside. Leaving that thought aside for a minute. Anyway, even if I don't really understand the poem, it's nice to listen to Aspen reading it. Plus, there's no way I'll forget what that book looks like.
Alright, last one.
Oh.
I thought 3 would be enough to start, but you can always ask me for more recommendations if you need. I could suggest books until lunch, if I didn't stop myself.
I might someday.
What, stop you?
Even though I lived in the library for a few days now, I never really knew how many different books there were out there before.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Believe me, this library isn't even a fraction of what exists.
Yeah, but I wonder if it even has a manga section.
It's not that big for a library, in fact. Just huge for a personal collection, which is really what it is.
Okay, well, we're not touching that for now.
How many books have you read?
Oh gosh, that's a heavy number to drop on somebody that reads. That's something heavy.
I couldn't even guess. Definitely hundreds. Maybe thousands? I've never tried counting, but perhaps I should now that you mention it.
Oh gosh.
It would be nice to look back on someday. Okay, here we are.
Oh? The book she takes me to is laid out flat on a end table where more people can see it, rather than on the shelf.
Everyone knows the story of Peter Pan, the boy who never grows up and can fly.
Oh, the fairy guy.
Everyone except me. Now you do too.
Oh, yeah.
Peter has a darling fairy friend named Tinkerbell, and he fights the dastardly pirate Captain Hook.
I see.
Peter leads a group of boys called the Lost Boys, and they cause all sorts of trouble for Neverland, where they all live.
Oh.
What do you mean he never grows up?
In Neverland, you never get older. So he stays a young boy for his whole life. Even when the girl he loves, Wendy, grows up and gets married, and someday dies.
Oh. Oh, geez. Oh, I'd never heard that part of the story before.
You sure do like sad stories, huh?
I suppose I do.
Yep.
It's as Peter Pan himself says. To die would be an awfully big adventure.
Oh, wow, okay. I don't even know how to interpret that. Okay.
Still, it's not like I only like sad things. Romance is my favorite genre, and not just the tragic kind.
I see. I sit down on one of the chairs since it seems like Aspen wants to have a conversation. May as well get comfy. Aspen sits down too, fidgeting with the strap of her purse.
Why is it your favorite?
Why? Well,
Her hands stop moving while she thinks.
In a book, things can be much more perfect than in real life. A moonlit balcony all alone, or a sunset kiss on the seashore. Real life is considerably messier.
I personally find that more beautiful, but go off.
I've never been in love before. although I think it sounds quite nice. As I said earlier, people read to feel things.
I see.
So until that time, living vicariously through other stories is enough. What about you?
Okay. What about me?
What about me?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, me. We're sharing the brain cell right now, I guess. Okay.
Do you ever hope to fall in love? I assume you haven't been in love before, but maybe I'm wrong.
Foxes. Are foxes monogamous? Do they have a concept of love? Hold up. Give me just a second. Are foxes monogamous? Oh, they are! They are monogamous. Okay. Well, yeah, that sounds plausible.
Nah, I haven't. I like being on my own.
That's fair.
Do you think maybe that would change if you met the right person?
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't thought about it much.
Oh, trust me, Miho, you will think about it.
Since everyone forgets me, there's never been a reason for me to care.
Okay, now that's dark. Okay, thank you for that.
I suppose that's reasonable. Still, that must be... Well, it doesn't matter.
Well, thanks for putting that seed of doubt in my mind, Aspen.
Do you ever watch movies?
Nope.
Or TV? Just about everything has a love story in it nowadays, not just books.
Pal, we didn't even know what movies were before we came here.
Nah, not in a long time.
I'm sorry.
How long?
She sure asks a lot of questions, and they jump around topics so much too. I don't really mind, but I have to try hard to even remember the answers. All the places I've been and days I've spent have mostly blurred together in my head.
I'm not sure. A few years? There was a really big crowd around a window, so I wanted to see what they were all looking at.
And? What was it?
I don't know what it was. I didn't speak the language there yet, and I didn't memorize the sounds. But on TV, there were these people in white suits bouncing around, and the people watching seemed really excited by it.
You know, somehow I expected that. Gee, I wonder what it was. Aspen gasps.
Did the people on TV... Do you remember, by chance, if the place they were hopping around looked like a desert, all rocky and empty?
Now that you mention it, yeah. How did you know?
She dashes a hand to her forehead in disbelief.
That was the moon landing.
Yep, we called it. Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure I'd remember if the moon landed.
Okay, Miho.
Not like that, silly. It was when humans went to the moon for the first time.
Wait, they did?
Yeah, they did.
Yes, and you saw it happen, apparently.
They must have had help from the Fabled's magic, right?
No, they didn't.
No, not this time. It was pure human ingenuity.
Yeah. Yeah. Aspen, you should show her the book. You should show her the book.
Whoa.
You look surprised.
I am. I didn't know humans could do something like that.
Yup.
Well, not just any human. It took a lot of work from a lot of people. It still does to this day.
Show her the
I
book.
can't believe you got to watch it live, though. What was it like?
Had a really good lunch that day.
Oh, hi, noob. Hi, how you doing today?
Everyone was so distracted that I was able to sneak into a restaurant that usually would have caught me.
Oh, lovely. What? nearly 60 years of crime foxing. 60 years of crime foxing. I love that she just... Okay, if you didn't catch the context, noob, that fox there actually got to watch the moon landing. I'm doing good. I got a cup of coffee here, playing a good game. I'm content. But yeah, she got to watch the moon landing live, and the biggest impression for her of that day was that she got a good lunch. She was able to sneak in somewhere and steal lunch while nobody was watching. And that was the biggest impact for her about the moon landing. She shakes her head.
That's all you can remember?
Yeah, no, are you really surprised?
It was some kind of pasta dish. With sauce and lots of cheese.
Alfredo? Okay, so the complete story is, it was the moon landing, everyone was distracted watching it, she snuck into a kitchen, stole some Alfredo. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, this is par for the course for her, honestly.
I meant about... Oh, never mind.
Come on, Aspen, you can ask her about the Alfredo.
Anyway, I was just going to suggest asking Juliet about putting a TV in your room.
Please, Aspen, you're going to ruin this fox.
Surely there's one in this place somewhere. It would give you something to do, at least. And you don't have to be able to read to enjoy the story of a good show or movie.
Yeah, I might. I definitely need something to do other than walk around town all day.
Okay, how bad off is this girl that living the life of a hikikomori is like something that two people agree is better?
Let me know if you do. I'll bring over some movies for you to borrow.
Okay.
If I can't recommend books to you, at least I can do that.
Will do. I don't know where else I'd start anyway.
Yep, no, that's a good point. After checking her phone, Aspen stands back up.
I'll be more than happy whenever you ask. For now, not to be rude, but I'm going to go write for a little while. I'm working on the last couple chapters of this book before I'm finished, and I want to be done with it as fast as I can.
You go do that, Aspen. Have fun.
Oh, sure. Good luck.
To tell the truth, I'm always a bit relieved when someone else ends the conversation for me. I never know how to do it myself, and oh gosh, that's a mood. Oh boy. For once she understands me. She liked me for real. I wave goodbye as Aspen goes off to her table by the window, pen in hand. Within moments, she's hunched over her notebook, writing. Oh, nap time! Nap. Oh! We get to hang out with her again! Oh! Since I don't have anything better to do, I decide to head back to the park to see Lena. Aspen told me where and when I could find her, although we both know that Lena won't have any idea who I am. Oh, wait a minute, that's right. Making sure that I see Aspen and Juliet every day is hard enough as it is. Although I like Lena, I don't think I could put in the effort to have her remember me too. Maybe if she started coming by the library in the mornings like Aspen does. Although I'm pretty sure that's the last thing Aspen would ever want to happen. I go back to the park where we played tennis and wander around looking for Lena. It takes a bit longer since I'm not looking for something as obvious as a tennis court, but I finally find her in a group of people near some trees. All of them, including her, have shovels in their hands and are working on digging holes. Finally, it's something I'm good at. Although compared to tennis, it looks more like a punishment than a hobby. I walk over to Lena, who's barely made a dent in the ground. She waves when she sees me, but not in a familiar way.
Hi there! Here to volunteer? Maybe? Volunteer for what? To save the planet, duh! What does it look like we're doing? Digging in the dirt? Exactly! We're planting new trees to, help beautify the city of Wellington by promoting natural resources, I think.
She says the second part like she's reading off a label or sign.
If you want to help out, go talk to Cyrus. He'll get you all set up.
Oh? New character? New person? Lena points over at someone I sort of recognize. The dryad that Lena was watching when we played tennis. Since I'm here, I may as well give it a shot, so I follow her instructions and walk over.
Hi there. I'm here to help out.
Welcome aboard. I'm Cyrus. Here's a sapling and a shovel.
Wait, are dryads fairies? Oh, it's an honest to God fae! It's a fae! It's a fae! Cyrus holds out a shovel in one hand and a small bucket with a tree in the other. I take them, doing my best not to drop the sapling.
Okay. I'm Miho. What do we do now?
First you dig, then you plant. Then you do that over and over until you get bored and go home.
Oh, he's less enthused about this than I thought he would be.
That sounds easy enough.
And she's just rolling with it. Okay, neat.
Everyone says that at first. Good luck.
Thanks, Cyrus. I enjoy your enthusiasm or lack thereof. He starts to walk away, but then pauses.
Hey, quick question. Are you friends with that girl over there? The one with the wings?
Lena? Sort of.
I want to be.
Can you let me know if she...
Uh-huh.
Actually, never mind. Forget it.
Not in your life. Not on your life.
Let me know if you need any help.
Not in your life, buddy boy. Not on your life, Faye. This time, he really does leave, walking around to check the progress everyone is making. Now that I'm all set up, I take the things he gave me and go back to where Lena is.
Good to go? Since you're new too, let's have a race. We can see who plants more trees by the end.
Before I can respond or even think about it, Lena starts furiously hacking at the ground. Dirt flies like when I was building my den. I watch her for a second and then start on my own. I don't really want to compete with Lena, so I go at my own pace. It's a little awkward. I could do this in seconds as a fox, but using a shovel feels strange and inefficient. Muscles I didn't even know I have start to feel sore. Only a few minutes later, Lena sprawls on the ground in exhaustion. She's only halfway done at best.
I didn't think it'd be so hard to dig a hole.
I'm a dolphin, I am digging a hole. What do you want? While she's laying there, Cyrus comes around on one of his inspections. He stops and examines both of our handiwork.
Nice job, Miho. You're a natural. Lena? Good effort.
Okay. Lena leaps to her feet, using her wings to propel herself into a standing position.
I wasn't taking a break. I was, testing the ground to see if it might be softer over here. Look, this one will be even better.
Uh-huh. Before our eyes, Lena starts to attack the ground again, even faster than when she started racing me. Dirt sails over our heads as she tosses away from herself, with some of it falling onto Cyrus's head. He looks strangely resigned.
Just don't hurt yourself, okay? I don't want to have to carry someone to the hospital again.
Has she done this before? Have you carried her to the hospital before?
Carrie? I mean, again?
Lena? Lena? Lena asks questions without stopping her work.
It's a long story. Anyway, just be careful.
Oh. As he begins to leave, Cyrus puts a hand on my shoulder. I tense up, but manage to not shake it off.
Keep an eye on her, would you?
I nod, and Cyrus walks away. As soon as he's out of earshot, Lena comes to a halt.
Miho, right? I need you to break my arm.
What?
Yeah, maybe that's a bit much. Maybe just a finger would be enough.
Why would you want to do that?
Oh, you're right! A broken leg would make more sense.
I'm not entirely sure we're having the same conversation. I decided to try a different approach.
So, are you and Cyrus friends or something?
Friends? Kind of. Unfortunately.
You don't want to
Okay.
be friends?
I want to be more than that!
For the first time ever, Lena looks around after speaking like she's worried someone might have heard her.
Like, best friends?
Miho, you're killing me.
More than that! Like boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh.
That explains why I didn't understand.
How's that going?
She sighs and her wings droop.
Well, you just saw pretty much. I know Cyrus from ballet, but I quit ballet, so I only get to see him at other stuff like this. But he's always trying something new every week, so I do too. But it's kind of hard to talk to him, especially when he's so busy. When I heard he was gonna come plant trees, I had no idea he'd be in charge. So I can't let him think I'm a slacker or bad at tennis. Not when he already thinks I'm a quitter.
I think I get it.
The one thing I know for sure is that it sounds complicated. Don't make me say this, Miho. Don't make me say this, Miho. Good luck, Lena! Good luck, Lena. The two of us go back to shoveling dirt, and eventually we go deep enough that we can plant the saplings Cyrus gave us. I carefully set mine in the ground and then cover it back up the same way I've seen other people doing. When it's time to wrap up, Cyrus makes one last trip around collecting shovels and handing out water bottles. When he reaches us, he nods approvingly.
Good work, both of you.
Thanks.
I gulp down the water he gives me in just a few swigs.
Yeah, thanks.
On the other hand, Lena still seems a little dejected. She doesn't even try to talk to Cyrus before he leaves. When the two of us parts ways, she just gives me a half-hearted wave.
See you later.
Yeah, bye.
I'm not even sure what she'll be doing next time, much less when or where. Maybe Aspen will tell me about it again. Digging holes wasn't exactly something I'd want to do a second time, but planting a tree was satisfying. And I'm kind of curious to see how things go with Lena and Cyrus, if they go at all. Lena's kind of a lot, as Aspen says, but she's nice. I hope everything works out for her, at least. Looking around, I noticed that I'm the only one left, so I toss my empty bottle in a recycling bin and start making my way back. Okay. Well, let's take a look at Cuba Street, the guy, the little kid. Feeling like I could use a break, I head down to Cuba Street. While I walk, I count up the bills in my wallet. Aspen was right. Having a job is kind of nice. Wait a minute. Has it already been Monday? Have we worked? Did we work? Are we Miho Job Fox? At least having money is. I can buy so many snacks and no one can yell at me now. When I get there, I zero in on the convenience store I stole sandwiches from on my first day here. Browsing through, grabbing anything that looks good, and carrying it up to the front where I dump everything onto the counter.
All of these, please.
Are you having a party or something?
Don't judge. Don't judge.
Nope. It's all for me.
Good honesty, Miho. Good job. The impressed-looking employee fills up a plastic bag with my bounty. Chips and candy and sandwiches.
Now, to find somewhere to enjoy these.
I don't want to walk all the way back to the library, but all the benches around here are full. I carry my bag up the street, then down another, and another. Eventually, I reach a place I've never seen before. A large brick entrance looms over me, with a wide-open black gate. People are going in and out freely, so it must be okay. It's not breaking and entering if everyone's doing it, right? I mean, as soon as I step in, I'm surrounded by plants. There's green in every direction. I don't have to walk for very long before I find exactly what I'm looking for. A nice, quiet bench in the shade of a couple trees. As I'm walking over, something suddenly flies past my face. It's that Faye again. Oh. At first, I think it's a bird or a piece of cloth caught in the wind. But after a second, I realize it's a fabled. One that seems kind of familiar. It drifts away without stopping, and floats in the opposite direction from me. I go and sit down, unwrapping the snack bar that I bought, and taking a big bite. While I'm munching, a bug starts to buzz around my head. I wave it away a few times, but it keeps coming back.
What is it with things getting in my face today?
No matter how many times I swatted it, the bug doesn't give up. Finally, I go to knock it away, and totally by accident, end up catching it in my hand instead. I can feel it buzzing against my palm as it flies around, trying to find a way out. It's not exactly pleasant. I'm not sure what to do with it. If I just toss it in the bushes, it'll come right back.
Can I have that?
Oh? A voice from behind almost startles me into letting the bug go. I spin around to come face to face with the fabled that flew by a couple minutes ago. Just beneath them is a kid.
Have the bug?
Okay, mood.
Yeah, it's for my collection.
Neat. Okay.
I've got almost all the bugs on this page. That's the only one left.
I see. I'm glad I didn't crush it. Suddenly, I remember where I've seen him, both him and the fabled before. On the pier, hiding from his mom a couple weeks ago. I think his name was Tommy? It took me a bit to recognize him since he wasn't pouting.
Mom won't let me keep bugs because she says they're dirty, but Dad doesn't mind.
Good for him.
So, can I have it? Please?
Yeah, sure, take it off my hands. He pulls out a little jar from one of his pockets and opens the lid.
Well, that solves my problem, I guess.
I dump the bug into the jar and Tommy quickly shuts it.
Thanks. Gerby and I were tracking this one all
Gerby.
day.
Gerby, okay. So it's Gerby. I've already made a vow to get that... No. I'm a fabled. It's a fabled. It's not Faye. It's not bad, I don't think. Gerby and I dumped the bug into the jar and Tommy quickly shuts it. The fabled bobs up and down in agreement. At least I think it's agreement. Oh. All three of us turn around at the sound of footsteps as someone else approaches us. My private spot has filled up pretty fast.
Hi, bud. You catch anything good yet?
Dad! Look what this lady caught!
Tommy runs up and shoves the jar into the man's face. He takes it and inspects the bug inside.
Oh, looks like a big one. Did you say thank you?
Ooh, I like his accent. Okay.
Yeah, Gerby did too.
Oh, is that what it meant when you bobbed up and down?
Both Tommy and his dad stare at me like I've just said something crazy. I take an instinctive step backwards.
You mean that...
You can see Gerby? You mean he's real?
Okay, I'm not surprised you're surprised, but... Oh, that's right. I remember this from last time. No one except Tommy can see Gerby. Tommy and me, apparently.
Yeah, he's floating right there. He has a purple flower on his head, and on his sides.
I point to Gerby. Although the little fable doesn't have a mouth, its eyes crinkle up in a way that makes me think he'd be smiling.
Wow, she can really see him! See, I told you he was real, told you!
Tommy's dad whistles in wonder.
You sure did, kiddo.
He turns to me.
Not sure how you did it, but you're the first person I've met who's been able to see Gerby. I've heard lots about him, of course. My name's Elijah, by the way, and I'm a reporter for one of the local papers.
Oh, so you're
Mind
that
if I
kind
ask
of
you a couple
reporter.
questions?
Okay. I just wanted to eat a snack in peace. Now I'm being asked to do an interview. My discomfort must show because Elijah waves a hand away, just like when I was trying to wave the bug away.
It's fine, it's fine. Forget I asked. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Thank you.
I'm just not very good at talking to people.
Mood.
No worries. Thanks for helping Tommy catch that bug, though. Beats me having to do it.
Sure. It was kind of an accident, though.
Hey, an accident doesn't have to be a bad thing. Me and Tommy should probably be heading out, though, or his mum's gonna be upset with me. Oh, and Gerby.
Yep.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Say bye, Tommy.
Elijah takes Tommy's hand and leads him back out to the gate, holding Tommy's book in the other hand. Tommy carries the bug in a jar, peeking in to check on it every few steps. Only Gerby stays behind, orbiting around my head a couple of times before bouncing up and down. Then he floats off in the same direction as the other two. When I'm finally alone, I sigh with relief. At long last, I enjoy the snacks I bought earlier. And when a bug shows up and starts flying around me, I just leave it alone. I'm not taking any more chances. Okay, that's... Okay, good job, you two. You've traumatized her. Great. After another day spent entertaining myself around town, I decide to take Aspen's advice and ask Juliet about a TV. The light is on in Juliet's study, meaning she's in there. I knock on the door and get an instant response.
Come in.
The study hasn't changed at all since I was here a couple days ago, except there aren't any bats in the corner this time. It's just me and her.
Hi.
Good evening, Miho. What brings you here?
Give me just a second. Okay. I'm a little worried about how to do this. Usually I just take something I want. Lately I've started saying yes when people offer me things, but going in and just asking for something? Well, I'll have to do it sometime.
I had a question. Yesterday, Aspen said I should ask about getting a TV in my room. That way, I'd have something to do.
Oh, that is a good idea. I take it today wasn't particularly exciting either.
I don't want to talk about it.
Not really. It was fine. Nothing bad happened. I'm just...
I don't want to say I'm bored. What if she thinks I'm blaming her, or ungrateful? I bite my lip, thinking of a better way to put it, but she seems to read my mind.
Bored? It's all right, you can say it. An empty room would be boring for anyone. I believe there should be a television somewhere around.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
I follow behind her out of the office. Juliet takes me down one of the hallways I've never been down, and where I don't think I've ever seen the lights turn on. We pass by several doors.
What are all these rooms?
They've been all kinds of things over the years. Bedrooms, studies, playrooms. But now they're mostly just storage.
We stop in front of one door, indistinguishable from the rest.
I believe this is the one.
Uh-huh. It's not locked. Juliet just opens it normally. Inside is dark and dusty. The window is covered with heavy curtains that don't let any light in. In other words, what you'd expect from a vampire's house. There's tons of junk leaning against the walls, like some faded bicycles and a dresser that's missing a drawer.
Ah, there it is.
Oh? Juliet points and I see what she's looking at. There's a TV in one corner with its cords wrapped around itself in a thick blanket of dust. We both walk over and I wipe some of the dust away. It immediately blows into my face. Hey.
Miho, are you alright?
Oh wow, that... did they actually make her sneeze for this part? Still, I back a few steps away.
As you can tell, it's been a while since I've come in here.
Much more carefully than me, Juliet cleans off the TV.
I believe it should still work, though.
Hopefully.
Okay, I can move it to my room then.
It's alright. I can take it.
It's probably pretty heavy if it's that old. I doubt she could carry it by herself. Juliet effortlessly lifts the TV up and begins to carry it to my room.
Whoa.
I know from plenty of experience that TVs aren't exactly easy to lift.
I need to remind myself to never piss her off.
What, do you think she's gonna throw you through a wall? Oh, there's a TV now. Nice. I hurry after her, arriving at my room just as she sets the TV down in the corner and plugs it in.
Let's see.
She presses the power button, and with a soft buzz, it comes to life.
It works!
Ooh.
Indeed. I'm relieved.
Now where's the cable box?
Let me try to remember how to use it.
It's kind of slow, but she manages to explain all the different buttons and what they do, and how to use the remote. It doesn't seem that complicated, but also I never learned how to do it either. Once we make sure it's not going to die or anything, Juliet leaves me on my own with it. I change through all the channels, getting an idea what there is. There are some channels with cartoons, which I know are meant for kids. There are also some shows with real people in them, but they don't make much sense to me. Maybe if I watched them from the beginning. There are also plenty of ads. I recognize more products than I do shows. That probably has more to do with my lifestyle than anything else, though. Even flipping through stations constantly, I do find myself having much more fun than if I was napping or walking around. I can see why some humans do this all day. Eventually, I go back to one of the cartoon channels. Even if they're for kids, they're easier to follow along with. I pick one and leave it running, climbing into bed to watch. I spend a few hours watching until I fall asleep that night. Having something else to follow along with and think about is a nice distraction from having my own doubts and worries creep up on me. If this is what a normal life is like, then maybe it's something I could get used to after all. Oh, yay, more! Okay. I guess. No, actually, there are some choices. Oh, whoa, everything's flashing. Okay, wait a minute. No, yep. No, there are some choices. I'm just extremely early into the game. Despite spending like 3 weeks playing this. Yeah, no, but you can... yeah, there are some choices. Just like the other activities I've tried with Lena, it'll be happening in the park. When I arrive, I don't even have to look around. The class is right next to the entrance. The group is bigger than the ones for tennis and tree planting. Everyone has a big canvas on a stand in front of them, and there are a bunch of paints and brushes in the middle. Lena's easy to find like always, and I see Cyrus on the other side of the crowd away from her. It seems like he's not the one in charge today. A friendly person in a paint-stained apron sees me arrive and helps me choose a canvas and some art supplies, and then sends me to find a spot. Naturally, I head over to where Lena is.
Hey, mind if I set up here?
Oh, come on, Miho. We saw her yesterday, I think.
Oh, sure. Are you new here?
She forgot me already.
Yeah, this is my first time painting.
Me too. Wanna have a actually, maybe you shouldn't race when you're painting.
I mean, it could be done. I've seen people do it before. It could be done. I'd take a peek at what Lena's been working on. It doesn't seem like there's a particular topic, so everyone's painting is different. Lena's painting is a picture of a young swan with a pink flower on its head. It's surprisingly great.
This is amazing for your first time.
You think so? I mean, of course it is. What are you gonna paint?
I don't know yet. Let's see.
There are a bunch of different sized brushes and a variety of colors. Having so many options to choose from makes it harder, not easier to decide. Maybe I should go for something simple, like a tree. Choosing a brush and a shade of brown, I get to work.
Alright, everyone. Warm-up's over. Go ahead and find a partner. We're going to work on portraits today.
My tree is mostly done by now. It's not very detailed and it doesn't look like any tree I've seen in real life, but at least I can tell what it's supposed to be. When the instructor says to choose a partner, I instinctively turn to Lena, preparing to ask her, but of course she's looking over in Cyrus's direction. I sigh to myself. Nope, it's not just you that's sighing.
You should go ask him before he ends up with someone else.
Good instincts, Miho. Good instincts. It'll mean I'll have to partner up with a stranger. But as far as Lena's concerned, she and I are already strangers, so it shouldn't make that much of a difference. Lena jumps in shock.
Whoa, are you a mind reader?
Something like that.
Come on, you should just tell her what you are, dude. Come on.
That's so cool. You're right, though. But what if he says no?
Then he says no, I guess. Nothing would have changed, right?
He won't say no.
Hmm.
She taps her chin.
You know, you kind of remind me of someone I work with. Anyway, wish
Ayo?
me luck.
Ayo?
Good luck.
I watch as Lena goes up to Cyrus and talks to him, too far away for me to hear. I guess it must work out because they soon set up their canvases facing each other. Unfortunately, watching them means I missed out on my chance to find a partner. When I look around, everyone else is matched up with someone. That's more than fine with me, but unfortunately, the instructor comes over and invites me to partner up with her, which I grudgingly accept. For the next little while, I struggle to make something that resembles the woman across from me. This would be a lot easier if she looked like a tree. Okay, Miho. Maybe you should have partnered up with Cyrus. Then you could have made him look like a tree, I guess. After 10 or 15 minutes, she claps her hands to get everyone's attention.
Time to change things up. Show your partners what you made, and then go find a new partner.
While everyone gets to that, she brings her canvas over to show me.
Whoa.
It's definitely me. My tail is fluffier in real life, and my ears aren't that big, but I can still recognize myself.
Mine's not even close to that good.
I turn around the paint canvas so she can see the results. Compared to the painting she made, I'm kind of embarrassed to share. Still, she smiles at it.
I think it's lovely. Painting is like anything else. The more you do it, the more you improve. And I've been doing it for a long time. We all have to start somewhere, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. The moment the instructor and I are done talking, someone taps me on the shoulder. I turn around to see Lena.
Hey, let's be partners.
Yes!
Sure.
Secretly, I just think to myself about how I'm getting paired up with another good artist. The instructor blows a whistle to signal the start, and Lena and I both get to work.
So, how'd it go?
Miho, shut up.
How'd what go?
I know she can't have forgotten me that quickly.
Talking to Cyrus.
Miho, shut up.
Oh, that.
Using a few shades of pink and white, I managed to paint something that looks passably close to Lena's clothes. If I squint a little, at least.
I got too nervous to really say much, so we just painted each other until it was time to switch.
Ah. In the middle of a brushstroke, Lena suddenly drops her brush in horror.
Oh no, what if he thinks I'm boring?
I don't think anyone could think that about you.
Yeah, but what if he does? This is not good!
Leaving the paintbrush in the grass, Lena closes her eyes and puts her fingers to the side of her head like she did back at tennis. She must do that for at least a minute, while I just keep working on my painting. It looks more like Lena than my last one looked like the painting instructor, but I already know her wings are gonna give me trouble.
Okay, got it.
Uh-huh.
I need you to do me a favor.
Uh-huh.
What is it?
when we change partners again, I need you to go partner up with Cyrus, and then you can ask him what he thinks about me. Don't just straight up ask him though, that'd be too obvious. Try to see if you can get him to say it without saying it.
Say it without saying it?
Yeah, lead him into saying it, I guess.
Yeah, you know, like,
She makes a few gestures that remind me of charades, but I have no idea what she's trying to say.
Okay, I'll try.
Thanks, I owe you one.
You owe me 1,000, Miho. I'm not even motivated by that, because it's not like she'll remember me long enough to ever cash it in. I just want to see what happens.
Alright, new partners. This'll be the last time.
Okay.
Here, this is my painting of you. It's better than the last one.
It still isn't great, but I like the way some parts of it turned out.
Ooh, I look great.
Thanks for that, Lena. Looking down at her own canvas, Lena frowns.
I, kind of forgot to paint you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
So, I guess I owe you 2 things.
That's fine.
Cool. Okay, hurry, before someone else takes him.
I walk over to Cyrus as fast as I can without being self-conscious about it. Fortunately, he was distracted with something else, so he's still on his own.
Hey, wanna be partners?
Alright. I'm sure it's a total coincidence you were just talking with Lena, right?
Cyrus, shut up. I'm phoning in a favor from a friend, okay?
Not at all.
I appreciate the honesty. Anyway, let's get started.
Yeah, I'm impressed with how casually he's taking this. Thank you for that, Cyrus. I guess. Both of us set up our canvases. I feel a little more in my comfort zone painting Cyrus. At the same time, I try to think of how to do what Lena asked.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
I can. We very much can. We can do you a favor.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what is it?
There's something that I want to ask Lena, but I don't know how she'll take it.
Uh-huh.
We've known each other for a bit, but that's why I'm worried. I mean, I kind of know her feelings, but not that well.
Uh-huh.
So, and maybe don't ask her this outright. Maybe you can try to see how she feels by, like...
He makes some vague hand gestures that eventually turns into a shrug.
Well, you know what I mean.
No, I don't. I do.
Anyway, what I want to know is...
A shrill whistle blows, cutting Cyrus off. Wait a...
That's it.
Okay, I guess neither of us drew anything this time. I rub my ears to recover from the sound before waiting for Cyrus to continue.
Actually, never mind. It was dumb anyway.
Cyrus, just pull the trigger already.
Here's what I made.
Oh, phew.
I can't help but breathe a sigh of relief. He's just as bad at painting as I am. I show him my equally unimpressive work. It's messy and scattered.
Nice job. You really captured the way I feel inside.
Great. Nice to hear that. I want to press him on what he was going to say, because this is the second time he's almost asked me about Lena and then changed his mind. Before I can act, Lena herself comes hurrying over, carrying her canvas. She walks up and shoves it into Cyrus's hands before he can even react.
I made this for you so you'd have okay, bye!
Immediately, she zips off back the way she came. Yeah. He holds the... Oh, hi, Elise! Hi! Yeah, her ears are really nice. I kind of wonder what they feel like. He holds the portrait out at arm's length where you can see it. I moved behind him to get a good view as well. Just like Lena's picture of the swan, her picture of Cyrus is really good. It shows him just looking thoughtful as he works on his own painting, biting his lip in concentration. There's a lot of details in his eyes and face, and on that leafy vein that runs up his neck.
Whoa. This is...
Plot twist, Elise. That's us. This is...
Really good?
Really good, yes.
Yeah.
The two of us look around to find Lena, but she's nowhere to be seen. She must have left right away, or she's hiding somewhere.
What was it you wanted me to ask her?
Yeah, what was it, Cyrus? Cyrus just shakes his head, still looking at the painting.
It's fine. I need to ask her myself.
You gotta do that, Cyrus. All of us, minus Lena, help the instructor clean everything up, with some people taking home their portraits and others tossing them. Cyrus and I say goodbye to each other, but we never talk anymore about Lena. Still, even if it's a while before we hang out again, I have a feeling I haven't heard the last of this. Okay. Oh, Kiva Street. Okay, let's go to someplace I remember. Oh, Mr. Kim! We can hang out with Mr. Kim! Yes! Oh, wait, or were you talking about Lena? Oh, Panch was here. Hi, Panch. I decided to give fishing another try. Oh, oops. When I get to the fishing spot, I see a few familiar faces. Mr. Kim is there, of course, dancing around between the students. This time, he notices me right away.
Hello, miss. Is that a new face I spy?
Technically no, but sure.
Yep. I wanted to do some fishing today.
That's the kind of attitude I like to see. Let's get you started.
Yep, let's get started. Fishing. Yep, fishing. Let's go. Coffee. I take a spot on the pier while he brings me the same equipment as last time.
All right, let's start with the basics. Do you know how to set up your line?
I think so.
It didn't seem that difficult last time, but when I try to recreate what I did before, I end up getting a little confused.
Okay, so put the worm on a string. Oh, wait, no, the hook. The hook goes on the string, and then...
Uh-huh.
Oh, I messed it up.
The string has gotten all tangled in on itself. No self-respecting fish is going to be interested in that.
Not to worry.
Good one, Mr. Kim. He laughs at his own joke as he comes over and quickly undoes the knot.
Okay, let's try again.
It takes some time, but eventually I'm ready. Fortunately, I remember this next part better. I stand like he showed, hold the rod like he showed me, and let the line fly. I watch it excitedly as it sails overhead and splashes into the water.
Excellent job. Why, if I didn't know any better, I think I taught you myself.
Haha, funny story, Mr. Kim. I just smile in response. With my problem solved, Mr. Kim goes off to assist someone else while I turn my attention back to the sea.
Here, fishy fishy.
I'm ready. No fish will be getting away from me today. The instant I feel a tug, I'll be reeling it in, just like that other person when I came here before. Just gotta wait. And wait. And wait.
Nothing's biting.
Oh,
It
shucks.
happens.
Oh. Mr. Kim pops up seemingly out of nowhere.
Just give the fish some time. You'd be shy too if someone started offering you a meal out of nowhere.
No, he has a point. He has a point. He's got me there. I nod and keep waiting, but I can feel the boredom sinking in. I was willing to give fishing a second chance, but if it's going to be just like this every time, then I probably won't be coming back. No, you should go back. Suddenly, I feel the fishing pole jerk in my hands. It takes me by surprise and I almost let go, but manage to hold on tight.
Oh, I think something's biting.
Reel it in! You can do it!
Yeah, go Miho! Right, reel it in! To do that, My head is spinning as I try to remember what to do. Meanwhile, the reel is spinning as the fish, my fish, tries to get away. It smacks my hand, jolting my memory. I grab it and start turning it the other way, pulling the rod towards myself as I do. I can feel the fish, still out of sight, struggling against me.
Not today.
All the time I spent waiting for this has made me extra determined. I plant my feet firmly and keep reeling. Gradually, the line gets tighter and tighter, until the fish finally breaks through the water, dangling on the other end. Let's go! She caught a fish! Yeah!
I did it!
Good job, Miho!
You did it!
You did it! Woo! I bring the fish into where I can see it more closely. It's not as big as the fish I watched get caught last time, but it's not tiny either. Just down the pier, someone else is reeling in a catch too.
So, what are you gonna do with it?
Huh? What do you mean?
Maybe he's asking how I plan to cook it.
Will you be keeping it or letting it go?
Let it go? I just worked hard to catch it.
Yeah, that's the spirit, Miho. Mr. Kim laughs. Behind him, the person who just caught something takes a picture of their prize and tosses it back into the water.
Why did they do that?
Well, everyone has to eat. That's just part of life, and I love a good fish dinner as much as anyone.
Uh-huh.
But some just enjoy the sport and the struggle, and release the little guy once he's been defeated.
Well, I've never heard it described like that before, but I mean, it's accurate. I look at the fish I caught, its tail flapping gently. There's a mark on its mouth that doesn't look natural.
What's that?
I point to it so Mr. Kim can see. He only has to glance at it.
Looks like it isn't this fellow's first time being caught. That is a battle scar.
Ah, a scar. So he's been caught before, and either got away or was released. It's not up to me to decide if his luck runs out or not. Well, I mean, it kind of is. You kind of have it in your hands right now. Sighing, I unhook the fish and then toss it back into the water, where it instantly swims down and out of sight.
Try to be more careful next time.
Miho, it's not gonna learn. You should just eat it right then and there. If I was hungry, it'd be a different story. But my belly is full, and Juliet just went shopping, so there's plenty of food at home. So I figured I may as well let this one go. Okay, that's rational. Walking up beside me, Mr. Kim looks out to the sea.
You know, maybe that kindness will come back to you someday. I'm sure the fish appreciates it.
Yeah, it's gonna bite again, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how useful it is to have a fish owe me a favor, but I know what Mr. Kim means. I hand him back the fishing pole and box of lures that he gave me.
Done for the day?
Yeah, now that I've gotten to see what it's like.
Well, if you decide to join us again, the fish will be here. And so will I.
Yay!
Maybe I will too. Thanks for the help.
Of course, of course. The pleasure is all mine. Have a good day, miss.
I wave and head back up the pier. Story time. I bet it's story time. After having dinner and saying goodnight, I head upstairs and get ready for bed. As I flick off the lights and start to leave the restroom, something in my reflection catches my attention. My bead is glowing slightly. Just barely. It's so faint that I can only notice it in the darkness. Removing the necklace, I inspect it more closely. They're warm. Not just my magical bead, but the regular ones next to it, too. Not as warm as when I use it for my transformation magic, but enough that 100 years of carrying them, I can detect the difference. I'm not sure what it means. Everything about my magic has always been a mystery to me, really. Some things, like transforming, I just knew how to do instinctively from the beginning. But other than the fact that my bead always comes back to me, no matter where I leave it, I don't know much about it. Returning to my room, I brush my hair to the side and put the necklace back on. I don't have to wear it when I sleep, but it feels more uncomfortable not having it on, like something's missing. When I climb into bed, I pull the covers up to my chin like always. Rather than transforming, I just lay there, staring at the ceiling. Tomorrow is my first day of work. Never in a few hundred years had I expected that thought to ever cross my mind. Laying here, in the place that I've started thinking of as home, The idea doesn't seem that scary. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm excited too. Maybe I'll be really good at it. It'd be nice to be good at something other than thieving. As my eyes begin to get heavy, it occurs to me that usually I'd have changed into a fox by now, except for the first night when I was too tired. I spent all my nights here in that form. But tomorrow, I'm taking another big step into people life, so it feels more appropriate to stay this way. Rolling onto my side, I face out the window as I let myself succumb to sleep, with the gentle warmth of my beads against my neck. You know what? I think this is a good place to leave off. Because now, we're officially Miho Job Fox! Let's go! Alright, so we're just gonna save here. And I think we'll call it a day here. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been real fun watching Miho grow up and become Miho Job Fox, finally. And she's graduated from being Miho Crime Fox, and I'm so proud of her. So, I bid you all a good day, a good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. And come back to Limbo someday, will you? This was your Demon King of Heretics, Ahriman le Méchant, bidding you a good day. Bye-bye now. Very well, I suppose.